are now listening to The Temple of the Killer Tiger Monkeys. The Temple of the Killer Tiger Monkeys is a John Mitchell story and is brought to you by Cine Downloads. Narrated by Dr. Hugh Pincott. Previously on The Temple of the Killer Tiger Monkeys.
This city will be brought to its knees, and everyone will know that it happened on your watch. Your career will be effectively over, so for your sake, let the march go ahead unobstructed.
The next attack must go out immediately.
Are you mad?
And now the next part of the story. Episode 21.
Yes.
The Good Wizard stands on a table in front of the large, muscular monstrosities that compose the rebel demon leadership in the Demon Zone. He's been busy over the last couple of weeks working hard to take this march from being a plan to a reality. He now explains to Pincott and the others how the City Council have tried to block the march, but they have forced them back down on this with heavy threats. This pleases the demons. They like threats. The heavier the better. He explains the difference between the concert in the demon camp and this march, and how the concert was a disaster from a media point of view. The concert was broadcast on social media by the participants, but without any official representation. It was easily covered up and buried by the authorities, especially so when the demons broke free and chaos ensued. They just labelled it a social conflict caused by refugees, and nobody questioned it. This time, however, the march is being preceded by a real media campaign featuring interviews on local radios, press releases, and a union-backed social media and leaflet presence. The demons don't like this too much. They prefer all the threats from the previous tactic. He explains that they've been unable to get coverage on mainstream media due to an active whitewash of the march. No mainstream media organization will touch this story. It's as if they're being silenced from above by some very powerful people. The demons vow bloody revenge against whoever's responsible. He further explains that awareness of the event is already reaching a very wide audience, and thousands of people have expressed an interest in attending the march to support them. The demons vow not to eat them. These people are socialists, protesters, union members, well-wishers, anarchists, feminists, communists, social justice warriors, snooker players, and transgender bus drivers. There will be literally thousands of people lining the streets to watch them march. It'll be the biggest event in the city since Shaking Stevens performed there 15 years ago. The demons ask if this march will actually get Satan to give them good employment conditions. The Good Wizard replies that this march is the first step to making that happen. They have to fight for everything they want, and it won't be fast or come easily. It's a long-term tactic of grinding him down and constantly forcing him to accept the terms they want. Oh, the demons like the sound of grinding him down. They used to grind people down in hell in giant industrial grinding machines. They would spread the remains on their toast every morning. A kind of meteor version of marmalade. The Good Wizard explains that the Council has still not managed to contact Satan, so time is on their side to build their case, for when contact is made, they can instantly push for what they want. In the meantime, the Union will build on the success of the march to legitimize their claims for employment rights, while also pursuing their rights as political refugees in the city. The demons ask what he's talking about. He replies that he will fight for them to leave the Demon Zone and find accommodation within the city itself, and also find real employment opportunities for them so that they can see and understand what to expect when they get their rights given to them in hell. The demons are very impressed with all this. Some have long harbored ambitions to work at McDonald's and Starbucks. One wants to work in the lingerie department of Marks and Spencer's. They all give 3 cheers and then a rendition, for he's a jolly good wizard. The good wizard is embarrassed by the attention, but is grateful nonetheless. Once the good wizard has left, Pedisic gives orders to spread all this good news amongst their brethren. It has been some time since they have had much, if anything, to celebrate, so this will surely fire them up and help to galvanize their community in the face of outside threats like Efuhofcn and the Temple of the Tiger Killer Monkeys. The other leaders agree and send out word to all the demons they can find. It isn't long before Efuhofcn hears this news spreading around the zone. The last thing he wants is an upsurge in support for the rebel demons and their fanciful notions of employment rights. He has to crack down on dissent in his ranks, so calls his troops to a gathering. They're told to bring any of the demons too if they can. Soon he's standing in front of a gathering of about 40 grizzled and mean demons. He looks them over and tells them to forget about the march. It's a march of idiots, and Satan doesn't care about them. If Satan cared, he would be here already sorting things out. And why would Satan grant demons rights? It's ridiculous. He's never offered them anything since the beginning of his reign in hell. Why would he change all that overnight just because a few of them walked about a bit and with painted cardboard signs? The whole thing was foolish and making them look like idiots. Their best course of action is to gain influence and power over these weak demons and persuade or force them back to hell where they, the shepherds of their brothers, would receive grateful thanks from Satan, who may express this gratitude with gifts and rich rewards of positions of power in hell. The assembled demons cheer loudly and punch each other. He further tells them that they must stick to their plan to gain influence by repeatedly defeating the hated Temple of Killer Tiger Monkeys. The demons love the sound of this and make merry by smashing rocks into each other's faces. He continues to tell them that only by defeating the temple will they build enough support to draw the others away from this march and accompanying employment rights nonsense, and then they will be strong enough to strike. The demons go crazy at hearing this, and a full-on, joyful and cheery pitched battle takes place with demons shredding and clawing each other while displaying faces of merriment. Efuhofcn is extremely happy that his troops have responded so well to his argument. One demon rips another's ears off, and the airless demon laughs about it before smashing the other in the face with the burnt motorbike. Efuhofcn calls over Dhoiufg. Dhoiufg wasn't listening to the speech earlier, but is in his element, battering the crap out of the other demons, who seem to be happy about it today. He hears Efuhofcn calling, and after slamming a steel girder onto some hapless demon's head, he goes over to see what he wants.
Dhoiufg, there you are. I need you to go on a mission for us. If the hunter keeps on releasing demons, those demons will naturally join the marchers and fight for their employment rights, which means our job becomes harder. I need you to visit the hunter and persuade him to stop releasing demons.
Sure, I can do that, but how will I persuade him? Do you want me to use pretty words?
No. Smash his face in, of course.
Okay, I'll do that, but how do I get out of the demon zone? We're all blocked in here.
I'll speak to the council rep and get him to open the gates for you.
Okay, that is good. But do you want me to smash his face in too?
No, if you see him, use pretty words.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the council rep is in his cabin. Lovely Lucy has been deflated and is back under his bed. Even after spending time with her, the rep still feels depressed. It's been many weeks now of being stuck inside this porter cabin, looking at the same old mold on the walls. Occasionally walking around the outside, looking at the same old moustaches on the same old miserable police faces. Oh, how much simpler life would be if he had his own catering van, selling sandwiches. He'd only need to sell 400 tuna and mayonnaise sandwiches every hour to be on the same wages as he is now. That would be easy for a man with his charisma, surely. He decides to take his pen from his shirt pocket and poke the black mold on the wall for no particular reason, when he's interrupted by a phone call. On the phone is the chief executive of the city council. What an honor it was to have him make contact. And how could he be of service to him? The chief exec is frantic and hectic on the phone. His breathing sounds more like gasping, and he's obviously in a bad way. The rep listens carefully as the chief exec asks him, what, if anything, did the good wizard say to him when passing through the demon zone today? The rep thinks for a while and tells the truth. The good wizard told him nothing. The chief exec is audibly upset about this.
God damn it! I need to know what's happening about the march. What preparations are going on? Are you sure he didn't tell you anything?
The council rep becomes quite animated here about this conversation. Not because he's concerned about the chief exec's well-being, but because he can smell an opportunity.
No, he didn't say anything to me at all, but why is this march such a problem for you? I thought you had the Temple of Killer Tiger Monkeys to deal with all the problems in the Demon Zone.
I wish it was that simple, but the truth is, the temple are not up to the job. I've asked them to go back into the zone and stop the demons, but I know they will fail me again. They're not strong enough, and there's not enough time to get them up to effective levels.
That sounds bad. Are they supposed to be working with you against this march?
Yes, they are my last chance to get this march stopped by attacking the demons and forcing them to abandon the march, but they aren't good enough yet. And without them, I'm not sure what I can do to stop this.
A big smile appears on the rep's face, and his smug factor goes through the roof.
Well, sir, I may be in a position to help you with that problem.
This stops the chief exec in his tracks.
Yes, go on.
I have some influence over some of the larger and more evil demons in the Demon Zone. They're in direct rivalry against those other demons who are currently in control there, and they form a disruptive and subversive element that the others find difficult to deal with.
Ma, you have been keeping yourself busy down there, haven't you?
Absolutely. Now here's my plan. I will simply direct these demons of mine to harass and break up this march so it never happens, and then cause the other demons to think twice about getting involved in any of that stuff.
That could work very well, if you're able to do this.
Oh, I am, believe me.
Very good. I'll let you organize that.
Not yet, I won't.
Pardon?
I will do this, but I want something in return.
Listen, everyone.
The chief exec says with a sigh.
I will do this for you, but I want a seat at the executive's table. I'm bored being a council rep. To be frank, this position is beneath me. Dealing with police all day and living in a crappy porter cabin. I want the good stuff like you guys. I want my place at the big boys' table.
Okay, if you pull this off, I will let you fill the next slot that opens up on the executive board. How's that sound?
Sounds like we have an understanding.
The chief exec ends the call, and for the first time all week, he feels there's a glimmer of hope for him. He takes his whiskey and pours out another glassful. The council rep, meanwhile, is ecstatic. He punches the air and screams and shouts. Then, turning to his bed, he shouts,
Lucy, you and I have a hot date.
After much bed creaking and frantic, hot, sweaty involvement, the rep crashes down on his bed next to his plastic lady friend. He looks over at the stop clock on his phone and rejoices when he sees how long he's lasted.
23 seconds. Yes, that's my all-time best. I'm getting faster all the time. Whenever I manage to get a real woman in the bedroom, she'll be amazed at how fast I can go. She'll say I'm the best lover she's ever had. Then once my best gets even faster, my target is 15 seconds. It will blow her mind.
The rep's phone rings as an incoming call comes in. He sees that the caller is Efuhofcn. Perfect timing, he thinks, and answers.
Hey there, FO, what's up?
Efo? I am Efuhofcn, the skin-stripping debaser of corpses, the rancid defiler of decapitated skulls. I am not Efo.
Okay, sorry. I was hoping to have a chat with you, my friend.
Friend? We are not friends, you spineless, smarmy mortal. I spit on your friendship and will burn you in your bed given half a chance. I need a passage out and back into the demon zone for my ally Dhoiufg. You will provide this for me as per our ongoing agreement.
What? Our agreement never mentioned demons passing through the demon zone whenever they feel like it.
That's because I have changed our agreement, and you have agreed to it because I say so.
No, I don't think so.
He will be at the gate in a minute's time.
Let's get one thing straight. You work for me, not the other way round. I call the shots here, and if you want me to let your friend in and out the zone, you better remember who's boss here.
Efuhofcn can see in the distance that Dhoiufg has now reached the gate and is waiting for it to be opened. He decides to massage the annoying human's ego in order to get him to open the gate.
Yes, of course. How silly of me to forget that you are indeed my boss.
That's right, and if you forget that again, I will start shouting at you. And I shout very loud when I get angry. Some people are afraid of me.
Yes, you sound most frightful.
Efuhofcn rolls his eyes.
Oh yes, I'm the worst. Now listen to me, Efo.
Efuhofcn seethes with hatred at hearing that name.
I want you to stop whatever it is you're doing in the demon zone and direct all your attacks and energy at stopping this march from happening.
No, my plan is better. I will attack the Temple of Tiger Monkeys and use the victories to create an army with which I can subjugate all the demons in the zone. This is a far better strategy.
I don't care about your strategy. I want you to stop that march. That is an order.
I have had enough of your constant snivelling voice. You have nothing I want. You will never contact Satan. It's all lies, so our bargain is redundant. Therefore, I shall do as I please.
Oh no, you don't. Let me tell you why it's so important for you to stop that march. If you attack that march, I've been offered a place on the City Council's executive as a reward. These are the people who contact Satan. Once I'm on that board, I'll be able to speak directly to Satan himself on your behalf. How the hell does that sound, Efo, my boy?
The rep awaits expectantly as Efuhofcn processes what he has just said. The crafty demon decides he will do both things. He'll continue his strategy of hitting the temple as well as hitting the march. He'll get the best of both worlds eventually.
Okay. I agree to our agreement being changed. I shall direct my forces against this march, and you shall speak to Satan on my behalf. Now let Dhoiufg pass through the gate.
Nice doing business with you, Efo, old chum. Now wait there while I clear a way through the gate for your monster friend.
Efuhofcn ends the call and thinks. If he calls me Efo one more time, I will drown him in his own urine. The rep looks out of the window and sees that the gate is being guarded by 2 police officers, both looking bored. He has to get rid of them to open the gate, as seeing a 15-foot-tall pit bull demon walking through it might attract suspicion. He walks over to the police officers who look at him.
Hi, guys. Will you go down to the shops for me and get a Mars bar?
We ain't fucking doing that. Get your own Mars bars.
Here's a £5. I'll let you keep the change.
Yeah, okay.
The police officers look at each other for a second too. They take the £5 note and walk off, leaving the rep by himself. He goes over the gate and presses the button to open it. As it swings wide, the looming figure of Dhoiufg can be seen in the gloom beyond.
Piss off, you bald little shit.
This is the hunter as he looks through the gap in the curtains. At the door is the landlord. He's dressed in a cheap brown polycrimpling suit, which looks like something from Businessman 1974 magazine. He's extremely angry and banging at the door.
Hunter!
He
Hunter!
occasionally walks over to the window, causing the hunter to duck down behind the sofa, along with the minstrel who hides behind
Are
him.
you in there? Open the door!
The minstrel
Hunter!
quietly plays a song about peasants hiding from the sheriff of Nottingham's bailiffs, who want to hang them from a tree and use their heads as target practice with crossbows.
Hunter! Hunter!
The hunter keeps hissing at him to shut up. The landlord has been there causing a scene for an hour and 24 minutes. This guy just didn't give up, thinks the hunter.
I know you're in there!
He looks over to the table where his money was.
Hello, Hunter! Where are you?
But for some reason, it's all disappeared today, even though he and the minstrel were the only ones who were in the house all day. It's really annoying that it's vanished like that, he thinks.
Open the door!
Even if he had some, he would give it to the landlord as a contribution to his rent, which is currently outstanding a large amount.
My rent now!
It wouldn't have helped much, but it would have shown he's willing to pay with what little he can afford, and might buy him some goodwill. Yet even that idea evaporated as the money was gone somehow.
I know you're there!
He'd searched everywhere, but it was nowhere. Even the minstrel said he hadn't seen it. There was something about the way the minstrel said it that made the hunter wonder. He'd said it with a dirty, big smirk on his face and then started laughing. But he didn't have time to wonder about it too much as the landlord was still there, kicking off at his door.
Open the door!
Suddenly the hunter has a realization and turns to the minstrel.
You stole my money, you little shit.
The minstrel looks shocked.
There was only the two of us here, and it wasn't me. You're trying to get me thrown out onto the street.
The minstrel shakes his head.
What else weird has happened while there's only been the two of us here? Oh, yeah. I reckon you emailed those Brazilian gangster twats when I was asleep. That's the only explanation. You tried to get me killed.
The minstrel looks even more shocked.
And I reckon you spent all my savings buying all that crap on eBay while I was comatose drunk. You started all this mess and let me take the consequences.
The minstrel gives up pretending to be shocked and just looks at him, smirks and shrugs. This enrages the hunter, who lurches towards the minstrel, but before he gets there, the minstrel starts shrieking as loud as he can.
Landlord, he's here. The hunter's here behind the sofa.
The hunter spins round to look at the window and sees the shape of the landlord up against the glass, looking through the gap in the curtains.
I see you, Hunter. Where's my fucking rent money?
Screams the landlord. The minstrel laughs hard as the hunter ducks behind the sofa again. He reaches over for the box and slams it shut. The minstrel instantly vanishes.
Little prick.
Shouts the hunter. He's now angry and spoiling for a fight. He no longer cares about being civilized. If the landlord wants to get rowdy about the money, then the hunter will get rowdy back, but harder. He gets up, cracks his knuckles, and just as he's about to walk through the door, he notices a giant shadow descend over the window from outside. As he wonders what the hell the shadow is, he picks up the dark figure of the landlord and throws him through the hunter's window. The glass explodes everywhere with an almighty crash as the landlord and his polycrimpling suit fly through it. The landlord smashes into the sofa, knocking the hunter off his feet. As he gets up, he sees the giant, muscular form of Dhoiufg climbing through the window bay. The hunter panics. He was spoiling for a fight earlier, but not against this brutal abomination. Dhoiufg sees him and speaks with a growl.
I am not allowed to use pretty words, Hunter.
That's fine then,
replies the hunter, not quite sure what he's talking about. Dhoiufg reaches him and grabs him by the throat. He lifts him 3 feet off the ground and his head touches the repair in the ceiling where Dhoiufg made a hole when he was first summoned, a long time ago. The hunter struggles with the monster's giant hand as it crushes his throat.
I told to tell you not to release any more demons. I told to make you not do this by smashing you up. No pretty words.
With that, Dhoiufg throws the hunter across the room, where he smashes into the fitted kitchen area. The cheap woodwork cracks and splinters as his body slams into it. He struggles to get to his feet as Dhoiufg draws near again.
I'm not releasing demons anymore. There's no more money in it. I've stopped already,
shouts the hunter as Dhoiufg grabs him by the legs.
That's good then,
agrees Dhoiufg, then swings the hunter through the air by his leg. He lets go to see him crash through the thin wall into the room next door.
That means I can smash you up now, or does it mean I don't have to smash you up now? I'm not sure.
Dhoiufg considers this for a second before pulverizing his way through the hole in the wall and grabbing a hold of the hunter, who is trying to scramble off the bed where he landed and off out of the door.
I'm here to stop you from releasing demons.
I told you, I've already stopped. Dopey fuck.
Dhoiufg grabs him by the head and throws him back through the hole in the wall, where he lands with a loud crash.
I have to smash you up then. No pretty words.
Dhoiufg follows him back through the hole, pounding his fists against each other. Zing almost trips over his own feet, rushing out into the car park. Cheng strokes his beard with a sly grin on his face. This episode was brought to you by Cine Downloads, narrated by Dr. Hugh Pincott. Today's episode featured Michael Berryman as Chief Exec, John Altman as the Hunter, Adam Deacon as the Council Rep, Nicholas Vince as Efuhofcn the Demon. Other voices provided by Louis Thomsen as Dhoiufg the Demon, Dave Bray, Paul Cooper, Roy Restell, Warren Baker. Written, produced, edited and directed by John Mitchell. Co-produced by Chris Ball Hero. Sound recorded by Louis Thomsen, Chris Ball Hero. Sound engineer Andrew Doc Collins. Theme tune by Jed Gray. Thank you for listening, and watch out for the next episode of the Temple of the Killer Tiger Monkeys.